Coach Kenny Atkinson and the Cleveland Cavaliers have a tough decision to make at the small forward position. DeAndre Hunter or Max Strus? We've seen enough of both guys now that it is worth talking about who should be starting for the Cavs. Hey everybody, Billy Beebe back with you on Cavs Digest. The Cavaliers have 50 wins on the season as they are now 50-10 after a interesting one against the Portland Trailblazers. It's Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. They're playing the Trailblazers. You think it's give and go, it's get through it. Nope, you got drama, you got intrigue, you got stress. Cavaliers get it done anyway. We'll jump into that. We'll also talk about a tough decision they'll have to make, like we alluded to, at the small forward position. Do they have to do it now? Is it all going to matter in the playoffs? Does it not matter at all? Is either guy a good answer? I'm going to need to hear from you guys. Good reason to subscribe. The Cavs, yes, they're on that track to get the 1 seed, enter the playoffs, and see where things go from there. But there's still storylines surrounding this team, right? We already talked about Coach of the Year. You can go back and look at that. It's down to Kenny Atkinson, JB Bickerstaff, JJ Redick. I'm still with Atkinson. I think Redick is actually moving up. And Bickerstaff, connected to the Cavaliers, oddly, is in that third spot. And then we've done some other talking about the Cavaliers, the seriousness behind this team after they take down the Boston Celtics. So both of those pretty interesting, and yet we've got our own interesting storyline for the Cavaliers, as last night Cleveland defeats the Portland Trailblazers in an interesting one, 133-129. I don't know what the main takeaway is still after watching that one, after rolling through Twitter, after talking with people. Is it the refs? Is it the Cavs coming back? For me, it popped that it's the small forward position that needs to be debated. Okay, but starting with the game itself, it's another indicator, and maybe you know this, maybe you ride with this, right? I know a lot of people do or don't think about it or don't really care. Donovan Mitchell out for the Cavs last night. That was a key reason to a couple guys stepping up, getting more minutes and whatnot. Great teams step up and just get it done. That's it. They step up and they get it done. Maybe it's the talent. Maybe it's that ability to come together as a group. Maybe it's coaching. One of those things, multiple of those things happen on cruddy nights, on stressful nights, on nights where it's not your night, and you come together and you get it done, and the Cavaliers prove that once again. Ty Jerome, 25 points in 36 minutes. Just shooting the lights out, making that difference, doing things for this team. Dean Wade continues to play really good defense. I think that's going to be a big part of it. And then Max Strus with Donovan Mitchell out steps up a little bit with 14 points and 8 rebounds. That was big. Darius Garland only had 13 points and 7 assists. You'd think he'd be the guy. No, it was DeAndre Hunter. 32 points and 7 rebounds. Shot the lights out. 8 of 15, 3 of 9. We're going to jump into him in just a second. Look, this group got it done. 133, 129, clutch shot making. Shots to take the lead over and over. Shots to get it to overtime. Whatever you needed, they got it done. And again, a coach that clearly can convince this group to get up and get out there and go. On a Sunday afternoon against one of the worst teams in the NBA, a team that lacks talent, drive, motivation, standing, whatever, a tanking Trailblazer team, convince them to get up and get out there once again. For those of you who say Tristan Thompson and JT Thor are good options for the Cavaliers, no playing time last night in a game where they absolutely should have been playing and should have been out there. So, again, the Cavaliers have no third big man, really, and on a night where they really could have used one, did not play either of Tristan Thompson or JT Thor. We still have not seen Javonte Green either. So that should kind of speak where all those guys are. And again, even Craig Porter only got 5 minutes last night. Cavs were going for it. They wanted it, and they played for the win, and they got it. So, time for the debate. The small forward position has belonged to Max Strus since he got healthy. We debated who should play it, if they should trade for somebody. They've had some rumors for a long time, but it's been Strus, right? Strus has been the guy. He was the guy last year. Maybe you know this. We'll jog your memory. Absolute killer for the Miami Heat. Heat culture, and he's actually one of the only guys to come out of Heat culture in these signings and do pretty good. He's not as good as he was, but do pretty good after being paid. That was kind of a theme that those guys kind of stunk. And this is going to be a little bit of a biased debate because I'm not a huge Max Strus guy for one big reason. I think once he gets to the playoffs and or the big game, he's just not what you paid him to be. I think he does some okay rebounding and some aggressive defense, but aggressive defense isn't always good defense. The big thing from last night, he hit some clutch shots late. I don't necessarily think 14 points, 5 of 15 shooting, and 4 of 11 from 3 is anything incredible. He hit a clutch triple towards the end of the game, really helped the Cavaliers game a lead late. They did have to go to overtime anyway. The big thing I took away for him, if we're debating him at that position, gets the respect of his teammates, right? They seem to like him. They seem to appreciate him. He's been here for a year, almost 2 years now. I mean, that's obviously, that's his get, right? That's his big thing is he's been a part of this team. For me, he is not a Celtic killer, which is why you paid him and thought he would be a difference maker. He hasn't done that. I don't think he's going to all of a sudden start doing that again. We saw that the other night. Just nothing against the Celtics. He was nothing. Again, that poke you in the back, see if I can get away with an aggressive foul, annoy you a little bit, some attitude with the refs. That's Max Strus. But is Max Strus ever going to return to that Miami Heat knockdown timely and multiple threes that just took the life out of the Celtics? I don't think so. That's where I'm at with Max Strus. For DeAndre Hunter, he's been absolutely electric since coming to Cleveland. He's been great off the bench. He plays really, really well in his role, which is a big thing. His numbers are going to go down because his minutes are going down and his role goes down, but just a really, really great scorer. And last night, again, a night where you needed guys to step up. He stepped up efficiently and looked the part. He also hit clutch shots, but he shot 8 of 15, 5 of 9, right? And got to the free throw line. He's big, physical, has good size, and plays good defense. That's DeAndre Hunter. And the reason I bring this debate up, the reason this debate is kind of out there right now, fans are noticing. Fans are noticing how much he's bringing to this team. I do think it's only a matter of time before you have to make that decision. I do think you have to make that decision now to get ready for the playoffs, right? And here's the big thing. Maybe you want to say, hey, this lineup's done when it's done for so long. Keep it going, keep it flowing. That's a valid point. Keep Max Strus in. Maybe you say, hey, Hunter is really, really good. Put your best lineup out there. Get them all comfortable together. Get the best out of them. I think Hunter could help take some ease off Mitchell, off Garland, off Mobley, off Allen. Get you ready for the playoffs. We know how important that is. You can drop a comment. Let me know what you think there. Should Strus stay starting? Is Strus's acclimation to the team, his 2 years there, more important than Hunter just flashing and being sixth man of the year and then some, defense and offense? Not just a little bit of inefficient offense and some pokey defense. Last thing I do want to add before I leave you, I think Kenny Atkinson is the coach to figure this out, right? If he decides to roll with Strus, I'll trust him on that. He's earned that this season. But I want to hear from you. Drop down in the comments. How hard is this decision for the Cavaliers? Does it have to be now? Is it Strus? Is it Hunter? Can we wait till the playoffs? Can this be adjusted on the fly? Let me know and be sure to subscribe to Cavs Digest.